Welcome to episode 2 of the Thinking Behind Reality podcast. Reality isn't solid, it's structured. Look around you. Everything feels solid, stable, permanent. Tables don't pass through floors. Walls don't dissolve when you touch them. Your body feels dense, grounded, real. But what if that solidity is an illusion? What if what we experience as solid objects are really just stable patterns? At first glance, reality seems made of things, objects, stuff, matter that occupies space and stays where it is. But when we look closer, much closer, this picture begins to fall apart. At the atomic level, matter is mostly empty space, not loosely packed, mostly nothing. The particles that make up atoms are separated by vast distances relative to their size. What keeps them in place isn't solidity, it's interaction, forces, constraints, relationships. What feels solid is actually a balance of forces holding a pattern together. This changes how we think about what's real. Objects don't exist as isolated chunks of matter. They exist as systems of relationships. Remove those relationships and the object disappears. A table isn't solid because it's full. It's solid because its structure is stable. Reality holds together not because of substance, but because of organization. Think about a wave. A wave isn't a thing you can pick up. It's not an object you can store on a shelf. It's a pattern moving through water. The water changes, the wave remains. Matter behaves in a similar way. Particles appear and disappear. Energy shifts and flows. But the patterns, the arrangements, persist. What we call objects are really slow-moving patterns that maintain their shape over time. This is why scale matters. At the scale of everyday life, patterns look like solid objects. At the atomic scale, those objects dissolve into motion and probability. At the cosmic scale, even galaxies behave like fluid structures, shaped by gravity and time. Solidity isn't absolute, it's conditional. It depends on scale, speed, and perspective. Scientific thinking helps us see this. It pushes us to question what feels obvious, to look beyond appearance and ask what's really holding things together. When we stop asking what things are made of and start asking how they're structured, reality becomes less rigid and more interesting. Not less real, just deeper. So when you touch a table, you're not touching something solid in the way it seems. You're interacting with a stable pattern of forces arranged in a way that resists change. Reality isn't built from solid blocks. It's woven from relationships. Once you see reality this way, a new question naturally follows. If reality is structure, if objects are patterns, what role does time play in holding those patterns together? That's where we'll go next. This is the Thinking Behind Reality. I am glad you are here.